so important for us to talk about mindset and fear specifically and how to properly deal with it so you guys are able to properly deal with fear, have the right mindset, play with confidence, and take your game to that next level. What's going on, guys? This is Brian from Advancement Hockey Advising here, and today we'll be talking about how to properly deal with fear in hockey so you can play at your best. So I think we can all agree here that mindset on the ice completely changes the way you play. If you have a player playing with absolute confidence on one side, they just dominate out there, right? They just seem like a player that gets every little play done. They're scoring goals, they're making plays. They're just playing with that air of confidence. You can see it, right? Vice versa, if you have the same player that's playing out of fear, that's afraid to make a mistake, that doesn't want to disappoint the coach, the fans, and all that stuff, you see them playing safe, not making the extra little more risky plays, playing more safe and not playing as well, right? There's a big difference. Same player, two different results, right? And that's why here it's so important for us to talk about mindset and fear specifically and how to properly deal with it so you guys are able to properly deal with fear, have the right mindset, play with confidence, and take your game to that next level. All right, guys, now before we dive into the video, as always, it's an AHA video here, so I have to tell you guys to absolutely destroy that like button and to consider hitting that subscribe button and notification bell if you're new here. And if you do this, if you do hit either of these buttons at all, we'll show you a picture of a baby panda at the end of the video as a reward. So stay tuned for that one. All right, now all jokes aside, let's talk about how to deal with fear. Now, this might be a different mindset that you guys are normally used to, but you can use fear to your advantage. Believe it or not, your fears actually are signs of your areas of weakness, okay? They tell you where you're uncomfortable or where you fear, right? Where you're scared of going. So if you look at this in a slightly different way, if you say, hey, these are my areas of weakness, you want to lean in to those areas. You don't want to run away from fear. You want to lean right into it. That's what takes away its power. That's what gives the power back to you. And by leaning into your fears, so leaning into the things that you're scared of, this is called courage. That's how it's defined, is leaning into the things that scare you most. So the things that make you uncomfortable, the things you don't really like, okay, that you're afraid of, lean into those, all right, with some common sense. Don't lean into, if you're scared of heights, don't jump off a building and stuff like that. I'm not condoning that. I'm talking about little fears, like if you're scared of receiving a backhand pass, or you're scared of taking a slap shot, or a one-timer, lean into those and practice those, okay? This is called courage, and by doing little acts of courage, so by tackling the things that scare you day in and day out, you will develop confidence as a result. All right, so in other words, what I mean is you want to have an offensive or attacking mentality. You want to be proactive, not reactive, not defensive. You want to really go forward and close the gap on fear and discomfort so you can become your best self. That's what I mean by it. So how do you go about tackling these fears in a practical way? How do you go about feeling safer and more confident on the ice? There's two main ways that I can see this happening. It's in the present time and noticing things, and it's by visualizing. And by doing both of these things, you have to notice all the things that make you uncomfortable and fearful, and that's how you lean into them. So first is in the present time. So what I mean by that is basically as you're playing, as you're in practice, going through a shift in a game, anything like that, whatever you notice that makes you kind of like tense up, make you fearful, uncomfortable, you guys know what that is, right? Let's say a coach brings up a drill, you're like, oh, I don't really want to do this drill, I'm not that comfortable. Let's say it's 2-on-1s as a D and you're feeling uncomfortable doing it. That's the type of stuff that I'm talking about here. The things that you notice in real time, those are the things you have to lean into. The second point here, visualizing, is when you visualize things in your head. Let's say you're away from the ring, but you're just thinking about your game last night or how you're going to play your game in the next day or so, and you visualize the different things, and the things that don't seem that clear, that seem uncomfortable, you're like, I don't really want to go through this, those are the things that you also have to lean into. So between the feedback that you get in real time and through your visualization, the things that you notice that make you kind of cringe up, feel uncomfortable, fearful, you lean into those, and you lean into those hard. By doing that, by doing small acts of courage like this, you will become more confident, you'll feel safer on the ice, and you will be able to deal with fear appropriately. All right, guys, that is it for the video. I know it's a bit of a shorter video, but hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of this, because I do think that it's really important to tackle fear through acts of courage to become more confident and feel safer on the ice, to seek discomfort to be able to do this. It's a really profound message that I hope you guys take with you and really apply to your game. Now, that being said, because you guys have watched the entire video and because I know you guys absolutely destroyed that like button a while ago, as promised, here's a picture of a baby panda. Aww. Isn't it cute, guys? I know, it's amazing. Also too, if you're new here and if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss another video moving forward and so you keep seeing more content like this. Also too, if you had any questions at all throughout the video, consider dropping a comment down below or sending us an email at info@ahadvising.com and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on that next one.